I got a text from Adam on the C Spire text line that said, Scott, y'all don't even have sweet tea and chocolate gravy in Ohio. I have stopped ordering tea up here because when I order sweet tea, they look at me like I'm crazy and I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're missing out.
Hogan Gidley is joining us now. He is vice chair for the Center for Election Integrity at the America First Policy Institute, former national press secretary for the Trump campaign, and former principal deputy press secretary in Trump's first administration. A lot going on in the White House today and things getting kind of heated, and we'll get to that in just a second, Hogan. It's great to have you back on my show and talk to you again, and you're on the air in Oxford. You're an Ole Miss guy, so I'll say it once as a Bama guy, hotty toddy.
Howdy toddy to all my folks there in Oxford, Mississippi. Always paying attention to what's going on over there. I was on some of the Twitter stuff today, looking at our folks in the combine, watching Pegues running routes like a fullback out of the backfield for some of those teams, watching some of our defensive ends like Jared Ivey and others. I'm really excited about the potential for Jackson Dart to move up as well. So I'm always paying attention to my Rebs.
I think Lane was really hoping that Jackson Dart was going to come back for one more season.
Well, there's no question he's very seasoned at this point, and knows the offense. Lane clearly has a lot of trust in him too. But this new kid, Austin Simmons, looks amazing in the little brief stints he's had on the field, and obviously with his background, his smarts, and his athletic ability, I think he's potentially the next great thing to come out of Oxford.
You know, it's weird. As an Alabama fan, I wasn't keen on Lane Kiffin as Bama's OC, but I've become a big fan of him now, and I know he's gone through a lot of changes in his personal life. And other than when they play Alabama, I'm actually cheering for Ole Miss.
Well, that's good. You should. I mean, look, Bama's obviously a great team, a storied program, no question about it. We've had limited success, but some recent success against the Tide. And not getting to play them this year was a little weird. I don't think we play them next year either with the expansion of the league, which really makes me mad. I'm sorry. I don't think any team west of Mississippi should be in the Southeastern Conference. I will always say that. I will never embrace A&M. I'm never embracing Texas. I'm never embracing – I don't even embrace Arkansas, and I grew up there, for heaven's sakes. LSU's kind of an exception because they're far enough south that maybe it counts. But, you had a guy on before from Louisiana, so it's all backwards. So they're fine down there, whatever.
And we could go on a whole tangent about this. I'm hearing rumors about a super league being formed between the SEC and the Big Ten, which I think could be interesting. But I miss this makes me sound old. I miss the old days and when money was given to players under the table. I miss those old days, but we didn't have you on to talk football. Hogan Gidley, now with the American First Policy Institute. You've been with Donald Trump for a long time now, and I was just watching some video of the White House meeting between President Trump and Vice President Vance and Ukrainian President Zelensky, and things got a little heated now. Is that Donald Trump's style in these kind of settings?
Well, look, I've been with him in private in many of these meetings. It rarely gets this hot, but it does when someone is trying to take advantage of America. Look, I watched this meeting, and for those who haven't heard this audio or seen this, you're out driving around, whatever, understand Zelensky came to America, in essence, to do a deal so that we could begin to help them mine some of their rare earth minerals, building out potentially some plants for us in Ukraine, other things, a long-term economic deal. And I don't know if it's fallen apart or not, but it seems like Zelensky is asking for more things, more demands. And Trump's like, look, we'll get to the Russia-Ukraine stuff, but we need to get this deal in place. And that helps kind of start the train down the tracks to bring this war to an end so people don't have to die, people don't have to get maimed, places don't have to get destroyed. And I'm sorry, but the arrogance and the lack of self-awareness, the disrespect shown to America, for Zelensky to sit in that Oval Office and try to attack our country that has given him billions of dollars at this point is so stunningly stupid. I can't even see it. But this is America first. This is Donald Trump saying, listen, we're going to work to a deal, but don't come in here and dictate to me the terms. You're in no position whatsoever, is basically what he said to him, to be dictating the terms. You don't hold the cards. Your country's in free fall. You've got serious economic problems, military problems, etc. We were the ones that gave you the weaponry in the first place that stopped Russia's initial move into Ukraine. So I understand its importance, but don't come here and lecture me. And it got heated really fast. And I know people who don't like Donald Trump are going to look at that and go, look how disrespectful he is to President Zelensky of Ukraine. But I would urge them to say, this guy comes to our country after receiving hundreds of billions of dollars, doesn't say thank you, says I need more. Trump says, we're going to try to enter into a deal here that benefits both countries so we can start to get back some of the hundreds of billions of dollars we gave you by helping you mine, but us keeping some of the profit for these minerals and stuff. And it looks like it's kind of in a bad spot right now. I'm trying to pay attention to the TV to see if I hear or see anything. We don't know if the meeting is going to continue or the bilateral conversation and the press conference is going to go on. But this thing in the Oval Office was epic, and America is so back.
I think Zelensky, I hope he walked into that meeting realizing that America's checkbook was not sitting there on the Resolute desk. And
he did not.
I've got friends in the Zelensky administration who were formerly in the Zelensky administration in Ukraine that I speak to regularly about this, and even they're now admitting that all of that money was siphoned, that none of the money got to the people, that none of the money got to the troops, and the entire 3-year war has been completely mishandled by the Biden and Zelensky administrations. That this should have never lasted 3 years.
I think the receipts are going to matter, but remember, it was Joe Biden who told Russia it's okay if you do a minor incursion. And then once the war started, said, we're going to help Ukraine, quote unquote, as long as it takes. What does that mean? We didn't do that in Afghanistan. We did it for 20 years. We didn't do it as long as it takes. And what is it and what does it takes mean? I mean, there was no off-ramp proposed by the Biden administration, no way they came up with any kind of solution. It was just, we're just going to keep pushing money at it. The American people said no to that. They wanted peace around the world like was installed under Donald Trump in the first place. And the American people, writ large, are a little sympathetic to spending money overseas if we need to protect us or our partners or allies. But we need receipts. And that's not something Joe Biden was asking for, not something he got. And now Donald Trump is saying, all right, you're not going to use us for your little PR stunts anymore. We need to actually come to a deal that benefits this country too, not just yours, and that moves toward a long-term peace solution as well between you and Russia. And I don't know what happened, but it looks like Zelensky just kind of said, no, I want more, or that's not good enough, or whatever he said. And I don't know if the deal's going to get done now. And remember, not a peace deal. This isn't a peace deal. This is an economic deal about us partnering with Ukraine to help them extract minerals and stuff from their own soil. But we get the benefit of that monetarily, so it helps our economy and our businesses.
And recoup some of those billions of dollars that we've already sent to Ukraine.
Yes.
Hogan, you were with President Trump in his first term, and we've got limited time left, but I wonder, are you surprised by the speed of action that President Trump has moved in his first month of the second term?
I want to say yes. I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I just know they had prepared so well before getting sworn in that this was going to move really quickly. And as a PR person, what you want is like a good win and then drive that win for a while so people understand it. Trump's like, look, I got 2 years to really do a lot of things before Congress kind of has its own election and I've become a lame duck. I got to move fast. And he is. Only in Washington, D.C., of course, would it be unique for someone to run on issues, win on issues, and then actually implement the policies he said he was going to do. And it's shocking to watch, the turnaround. I will say during the election, what I really wanted was for Donald Trump to win so that we could have the policies that made people's lives better, regardless of race, religion, color, or creed. But what I really wanted, too, was to see the meltdown from the media and the left, and they have not disappointed at all. They are going crazy right now, and I love it.
The best part is the speed, the number of executive orders coming out is so fast-paced that the media and Democrats can't even keep up. That by the time they get mad about one thing, there have been 10 other things that have come along for them to be upset about. Hogan, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for taking a few minutes this afternoon. You can find him on X and Facebook, Instagram, J. Hogan Gidley, best dressed guy in D.C. and an Ole Miss grad himself. Howdy, Toddy, man. It's good to see you.
Howdy, Toddy. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
From the Element Wealth Studio on SuperTalk, Mississippi, I'm Scott Sands.